Niggas like hoes, but for some reason they can never publicly say it. Yesterday I was going through some old Tory Lanez discography and I came across Cruel Intentions. Now, for those who don't know, Cruel Intentions was a tape that Tory Lanez dropped that sounded like nothing else. It gave you a little bit of romance, it gave you the drums, it gave you the hip hop. It kind of gave you everything you like about Tory Lanez today, he gave you back in 2015. But to me, that tape means something more because when I was running these crazy streets of Kern County, I had that soundtrack playing in the background. You don't understand how many great yoga sessions that I spent with shawties with that playing in the background of whatever gestures we had going on. Now, when I'm sitting here listening to it, I'm having flashbacks like, oh yeah, I remember when I did that. I remember when I was doing this or whatever it may be, which led me to the question, do men hate hoes? Now, if you looked at social media today, you'll be under the impression that niggas just absolutely scorn hoes. But I don't think that's 100% true because let's think about it. Most guys' first encounters with a woman, most likely with a woman who's a little bit more promiscuous than them. Let's move it a little bit forward. Let's talk about the first time you're honest and open with a girl. It's not with the girl who also has been the most upstanding, most citizen of society. It's with the woman who's seen a little bit, who's taught you a little bit about herself and yourself. Let's keep it moving. Let's talk about how today more men are with women who are experienced than ever before. But if you got under the whole red pill alpha kind of conversation, you'll be under the impression that guess what? Men don't like these type of women. And they're wrong. I reached a point in my life where at my big age of 30 that I accepted no hoe slandering by any case of the imagination because you know why? Those are the women that held us down from then all the way to now. Let's also talk about it. Let's have an honest conversation. A lot of you niggas wouldn't be born if your mama wasn't promiscuous. Oops. I said a lot of y'all wouldn't be born if your mama wasn't promiscuous. But you see, all of y'all think how much y'all hate and despise these hoes, not recognizing that there's one right in the living room. Now, I know this topic may sound misogynistic, and I know I may sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I promise you, when it comes to dealing with promiscuous women, men actually enjoy it. Men actually enjoy a little confidence. Men actually enjoy a little freak off. There isn't any reason why we say we don't like the hoes, other than one thing. There's always one guy who's trying to impress more men than women, which we call scaring off the hoes behavior. Let me tell you how this all goes down to the guys who bash women. All the way from 6th grade, probably up to grade school, probably senior year of high school, there was always one guy who liked a girl, or maybe two girls, but there was also another guy who had conversation and would manage to be romantic with this crush that he had on this girl. Now what happened? He stayed so focused in his books, he's dialed in with life. He's actually the first person out the other side of life to start making money. But you know what money lets you do in a social standard? It lets you talk your shit. When you have money, you can almost set the precedence or the standard of what is acceptable socially and what isn't. This is where everything kind of comes together. Now those guys that were once hating 6th grade to 12th grade, they're the first people out the gate. They're the first people to have money, and they say this is what a woman needs to be. And these niggas can't be more wrong because you know why? They never spoke to women. They never had a conversation with a woman. They've never even had a heart-to-heart with one. The only thing they're doing is pushing their views of what they think other men might want to hear, and they say it on louder platforms. Such reasons why Andrew Tate is so popular, Fresh and Fit. The entire red pill movement was essentially originated by niggas who really just never got any pussy. Now let me talk about this because the guys who are getting pussy back in the day, they already know don't say nothing. You had a good run, you had a good time with shawty, you already know how not to scare the hoes off. Only the niggas who never got it all of a sudden have the loudest opinion in red pill movement and want to scare the hoes off. It's okay. We all go through ups, we all go through downs, but you niggas who never had the conversation or have never been intimate with a woman, and I'm not even talking about sex, please stop spewing your views to the rest of the world. Because think about it, when I originally lost my virginity back in high school, that had to be 2011, 2010, something like that, there was a girl who was in my advanced orchestra who actually played bass with me. She was the person who essentially turned me out. I had my first time having sex was with her. I lost my virginity to her. But she orchestrated on making sure that this situation was smooth with me. She even helped me put the condom on. And this is what I have to say. If there were more women like that and niggas were open about liking these types of women and did not shame these women for being promiscuous, there is no telling where I would be. To be honest with you, I knew I wanted it. I said I wanted it, but I didn't know how to go about it. And she, because of her experience with other men, knew exactly how to navigate that conversation, knew exactly how to navigate that entire interaction to where it wasn't weird for the both of us. Now, I don't know where she's at today. I hope everything's going well with her. I'm not going to say her name, obviously, but I have to just say thank you to her for even taking the time to even do that. And more specifically, the women who are promiscuous, we have to say thank you to them because those are the women that kind of helped us build a lot of of our own confidence and our very own existence. In totality, I want a lot of you niggas out there to stop bashing promiscuous women and understand you need to take some time and ask yourself, why do you hate women so much? Sit back and listen to some Cruel Intentions. Sit back and just listen to some 90s R&B. And then you'll find if you look a little too hard trying to figure out who is and who isn't, you'll see that the biggest hoe in the room is the room you're in, because there's always a lot of room to grow your wholeness. Anyways, that's all I really have for you today. You stay happy, you stay optimistic. I'll see you guys back again tomorrow. And remember, let's stop scaring the hoes off. They are critical to society. And we're not going to bash any women for her past and what she did at your big age of 30. We are done bashing women by how the body she had in the past. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I'm out. Cone is gone. Well, Cone been gone, but yeah.